Alright. Really, my shotgun's out first? That's a new. Oh, that's good. So we'll get that done. Get you done. And then we'll go ahead and switch back to the pistol. And assault rifle. And we're all set up, boys. Let's do it. So let's get it started. So, as you noticed before, we did get a couple extra missions we get access to. So for that, one mechanic that we found, we're actually going to go ahead and get him the combustion manifold. So you do get it in this. Just make sure that when you're running around here, you pay attention so you get access to it. And also, as you tell, we have a new enemy that we fight. They're really not that hard. The only thing you got to be careful of is once they get close, they can breathe fire on you, and 2, they explode. So yeah, run away.
Problematic targeting.
Like I said, Mordin learned the hard way. Shit, Baron. Bitch on fire. Yeah. Baron, bitch. Alright, so that's good for us. Is there anything else? Oh, crap. Alright, let's go ahead and switch back to pistol. Shit.
Taking fire.
Load real quick. Tuck down. Good job. Also, I think I went ahead and downloaded the Resident Evil 2 demo. I think I made mention that I kind of decided not to, but I ended up getting it on the Xbox, so I'm probably going to either spend some time, maybe after I finish recording several episodes for this, probably playing it, just so I can see what it's like. As I said before, I've seen other people play it, and
enjoy.
For 30 minutes, it seems like you gotta watch a lot of stuff. That's good. Shit, Baron.
Not difficult to neutralize. Need some neutralize.
Bam.
No shield.
Sphere gun pistol. He's down. Good. And I don't think there should be any more enemies to fight through this area. It looks like we're good. So again, as Mordin sits there, and, at least from what we learned from the chief, is the Salarian that Mordin knows was captured, and the fact that we're actually fighting these guys and they're actually the creators of the Blood Pack actually makes it pretty interesting for this. Because if you remember, we fought the Blood Pack on Omega, and it's kind of weird trying to unite all that together, I guess? It's just kind of weird, I don't know. I remember learning that for the first time. I was like, what the hell, why the hell do they have so many Vorcha with them? And as you can sit there and see, not too many people like the Vorcha. Even the members of the Krogan on Tuchanka pretty much agree that if they're in with the Krogan in that, it's primarily Krogan. They're only there just to provide extra support if they care enough to. Got him.
They threw my shield into hell.
Shit. He's down. They're down. Oh no, he's not down. Now he's down. Good. Alright, so we got the manifold, so this will actually be for the mechanic back at Ernot Rex's, well, not Ernot Rex, but Ernot's camp. So that guy actually can go ahead and repair whatever he was dealing with. And he actually opens up a little bit and allows for a little bit of dialogue to open up between you and them. That's good, that's good.
Hospital. Sturdy, built to withstand punishment. Good site for genophage drops. Efficient dispersal through clan population. That body, human. Need to take a look. Sores, tumors, ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles. Track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject. victim of experimentation.
I don't suppose there's a way to tell who this poor bastard was.
No tattoos or ID. Maybe slave or prisoner, maybe merc or pirate. Irrelevant now. Clearly part of krogan tests to cure genophage. Humans useful as test subjects, genetically diverse, enables exploration of treatment modalities.
Wouldn't something native to Tuchanka work better? Varen, maybe?
Yes, human experiments strictly high-level concept testing. Native Tuchanka fauna likely used later in development stages. Wise to delay use of Varen until necessary. Powerful bite.
What can you tell about their experiments from looking at the body?
Position of tumors suggests deliberate mutation of adrenal pineal glands, modifying hormone levels, counterattack on glands hit by genophage. Clever.
Do you think they're close to curing the genophage?
Can't say. Need more data. Conceptually sound, though. Genophage alters hormone levels, could repair damage with hormonal counterattack.
How are humans more genetically diverse?
More variable. Peaks and valleys, mutations, adaptations, far beyond other life. Makes humans useful test subjects. Larger reactions to smaller stimuli.
I know we can look much different from each other, but Asari have a wide range of skin tones.
No, ignore superficial appearance, down to genetic code. Biotic abilities, intelligence levels. Can look at random Asari, krogan, make reasonable guess. Humans, too variable to judge. Outliers in all species, of course. Geniuses, idiots. But human probability curve offers greater overall variety.
Experimenting on humans? That kind of crap is what makes Cerberus start to seem like a good idea.
Never used humans myself. Disgusting, unethical, sloppy. Used by brute force researchers, not thinkers. No place in proper science. Krogan use of humans, unsurprising.
I imagine you had to do some live subject testing while developing the new genophage.
No, unnecessary. Limited tests to simulations, corpses, clone tissue samples. High-level tests on Varen. No tests on species with members capable of calculus. Simple rule, never broke it.
Now we've got 2 reasons to shut this place down.
Focus on Malin. Too late to help the dead.
So at least from what we learned from Mordin is, I guess since the humanity has such a wide range of genetic codes, since we live in such a wide, diverse area, at least on our planet, and then you're counting the colonies now, humanity has enough genetic codes that it makes us a little bit more harder to pin down compared to the other species.
I am the speaker for Clan Werlock Offworlders. You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already. But Werlock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave to flee and spread the message of our coming.
Krogan don't generally let people go. What does Clan Werlock have planned?
If you walk away now, you can tell your children that you saw Clan Werlock before our blood pack conquered the stars. You think the Erd not impressive? They are pitiful! Werlock Gold will destroy them! The Salarian will cure the genophage, and Clan Werlock will spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood!
Appears they discovered Malin's work. Unfortunate.
It doesn't have to happen like this. I can understand wanting to cure the genophage.
No, human, you understand nothing! You have not seen the piles of children that never lived. The krogan were wronged. We will make it right, and then we will have our revenge!
Half the galaxy sees the Krogan as victims. If you start a war, you'll lose their support.
We have the blood pack, and we have the Salarian. When our clan numbers in the millions, we will not need support. When we cure the genophage, Werlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become the Krogan Empire. The surviving races will frighten their children with tales of what the Blood Pact did to the Turians. The Asari will scream
This is
as the Citadel
Bioware's
plunges
giving
into
you a
the
hint.
sun. We will keep Salarians as slaves and eat their eggs as a delicacy. If you lack the wisdom to flee, then you will be the first of billions to be crushed beneath our might. For Werlock Gold! Attack!
Get ready to fight.
Yeah, Bioware tries to give you a little bit of a hint there with that renegade popping up so much. It's like, just shoot the son of a bitch. And I kind of wanted to do it, but at the same time I was like, no, we're trying to go Paragon, we're trying to be nice. Screw you, Clan Guard. Yeah, run away. Actually switch back to pistol. Son of a bitch. See, if that was armor, he's not going to be nearly as strong. Oh good, that Vorch was nice enough to get him stuck there for us. Now we can run up here. Shoot him out.
Thought I was harmless, did you?
You are pitiful. You are pitiful.
There we go. Oh, you gotta love the adrenaline rush ability. It saved my ass. Alright. As I said before, just you probably saw pretty heavily there was the little glitch where I was able to shoot the corner without getting hit.
Can smell antiseptic, hint of dead flesh.
Guessing that's the way we're headed.
Also, to go back to the human thing before that guy starts screaming at us was, you kind of get a hint from Mordin, like he did the exact same thing, but he tries to, I guess, make it more humane in our standards, where he uses cloning material and stuff like that to be able to do his tests, in comparison to the person we were finding, which is doing live text subjects.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences, hormone mutagens is still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment factors, avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Mordin.
Not developing, modifying, much more difficult, working within confines of existing genophage, 100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable, could cause total sterility, malignant tumors, could even reduce effectiveness, worse than doing nothing. Had to keep krogan population stable, 1 in 1,000, perfect target, optimal growth, like gardening.
Pretty it up however you like. You're talking about murdering millions.
No, murdered no one. Altered fertility, prevented fetal development of nervous system. Have killed many, Shepard. Many methods. Gunfire, knives, drugs, tech attacks. Once with farming equipment, but not with medicine.
Once with farming equipment, but not with medicine. I wish he could tell us the story with that farming equipment. That sounds like a fun one.
You're saying you were working just as hard to keep their population from falling?
Yes, could have eradicated krogan. Not difficult. Increased mutation to degrade genetic structure further. Chose not to. Rachni extinction tragic. Didn't want to repeat. All life precious. Universe demands diversity.
What was it like working on the genophage modification project?
Best years of my life. Wake up with ideas, talk over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion. Galaxy's biggest problem. Massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
Sounds like you were pretty important. How'd you go from that to running a clinic on Omega?
Wanted to heal people. Good use of last decade. Something easy. No ethical concerns. Understand rationale for modified genophage, right choice, still. Hard to sleep some nights.
How can you agree with using the genophage, Mordin? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Salarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Salarians. Not me.
The effects on Tuchanka are still your responsibility. You upgraded the virus that kept them in barbarism.
Krogan committed war crimes. Refused to negotiate. Turian defeat not complete. Krogan could have recovered, attacked again. Conventional war too risky. Krogan forces too strong. Genophage was only option. Krogan forced genophage. Us or them. No apologies for winning. Wouldn't have minded peaceful solution.
So if the Krogan banded together and formed a united government, you'd welcome that?
Yes. United Krogan saved Galaxy. Destroyed Rachni. Genophage not a punishment. Simply alters fertility to correct for removal from hostile environment.
We're not gonna find Malin staring at consoles. Come on.
Alright. Yeah, I do. It's kind of weird talking to Mordin about most of that stuff. You can kind of see where he tries to rationalize as best he can. Where he sits there and says, well, we did it because we had to, they were going to keep committing war, and I get it. He makes a good point for that, but it won't justify the fact that it has killed innocent krogan that may or may not have actually had anything to do with this. Because you never know. It's like most of the stuff going on now. Like, you don't know what that particular individual could have done if they were born. Like, he's talking about a united government. All the ones they killed, there's a chance one or two of them could have gotten under that and actually sat there and tried to unite the krogan and actually succeeded. We're seeing that with Rex now. He's one of the older krogan, but he's trying to unite them as best he can for a more peaceful resolution in comparison to just going all-out war and trying to kill everybody.
Dead krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile, werelock female, willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead krogan.
What? Why? Because of genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it. Goal was to stabilize population. Never wanted this. Can see it logically. But still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tuchanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Mordin.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives, then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor who killed millions.
Modified genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral, tragic. Not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor, genophage affects fertility, doesn't kill. Still, caused this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Wheel of life. Popular Salarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn. Adapt, improve, refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. Could do so much more.
If you need this much soul-searching to get over it, maybe the genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Rachni wars, Krogan rebellions, all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations. Effects of Krogan population increase. All pointed to war. Extinction. Genophage or genocide. Save galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from galaxy.
You could have cured the genophage instead. Brought hope to the krogan. They'd have rejoiced.
Assumes human reaction. Krogan stimulus response different. Harsh environment. Take chance to fight. Flee. Would have caused chaos in Tuchanka. Victor would have war economy. Bloodthirsty army. Galactic expansion only logical outcome. More war. Genophage saved lives. War would have ended.
Look at the dead woman, Mordin. It doesn't look like you saved her.
No, it doesn't. Worked with available data. Only option. No other possible. Doesn't matter.
Again, I kind of like the way you get to talk to Mordin there. It's like, he tries to rationalize it as best he can, but again, you can kind of see where the guilty conscience comes into play, where he can rationalize it because he saw all the simulations, as he said, and such, all pointed to an all-out war, and he probably and the simulations probably weren't wrong. But as he said, the scientific reason, the simulations all pointed towards it, but it doesn't make it ethical. So again, I can see where it comes into. I kind of like the crisis of faith, as Shepard puts it. He didn't know what to do because of it. So it's pretty interesting to sit there and learn more about it. Come on. Oh, there we go. I don't know, I like learning more and more about Mordin. He seems like somebody who does have like a, he seems like a really intelligent person. He loves to do the job where his science comes into play, doing his work. But you can sit there and see that even though he does it, he does have pretty high ethics when it comes to actually doing it. He understands the causes of it, the effects of it, but he tries to look at the bigger picture to save more.
Killed the Blood Pack guards.
Not Blood Pack, not member of Clan Weirlock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm a nerd, not scout. Weirlock guards got me. Brought me here.
The Chief Scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to Erdnot.
I can't. The Weirlock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all krogan. Experiments to cure the genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
Mordin, can you get him back on his feet? Stims maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the genophage, then I'm mattered.
Millions of children will be born. Weirlock children. They're gonna destroy the other clans.
But... no. No, they said I was helping Erdnot.
If you want to help Erdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a quarian with a tummy ache.
I can do it. I'm up. And I'm going to the female camp.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go! Go!
Nicely done. Fortunately, subject is unlikely to be contagious.
Oh, we hope he's not contagious.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot could cause a significant explosion.
Alright, so let's see what that. Let's go ahead and switch back to sniper. What the hell?
Can't die for me.
Arm shot. Go there. You fortune. Blue circuit board, more money. Alright, let's keep running through this.
Lost sheep.
Got him. Back off. We're good. Switch back to sniper. Good. Oof. Now, in this case of talking to that scout, you actually can bring different people with you. If you bring Tali with you, she actually gets offended by the fact that you say that. It's actually kind of funny. I was thinking about bringing her, but I figured Zaid would be better since he actually has the, he has an assault rifle, and I'd rather have somebody with an assault rifle over Tali. That's a nice glitch. Last place you'd be standing, Mordin is behind that thing.
Heads up! He's charging!
reload. That way if ammo's on the ground, we can pick it up. Ooh, power cells. I think we might need some of this still. Yes. Good, 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 good. Next place we gotta go do is one more floor, and I think we're just about done. I don't think there's too much left on this mission. At least as well as memory serves.
Do the trick.
Hold the line. Close combat. Problematic.
Down. Good. Quick reload. Shit. Knock that Baron out first. Easy kills. That sniper. Alright, we're gonna run up here. Safer up here. He's down, good. We should be fine. Take out their chief from here. And we'll take one more shot and I'll be down. Bam. Got him. Alright. So that ended well. Oh, fun stuff. Yeah, this mission's actually, if you get overwhelmed, like I always say, just back off and play conservative. Otherwise, they really will screw you. As you've seen, that's the thing fighting the Krogan, is they keep charging you and charging you and charging you until you get overran. In that case, we almost got overran, but because you ran back up the ramp, it saves you from getting actually the crap beaten out of you. Oh, so I think that's the only crate that I actually have to go and get. I don't think there's any others. No, it doesn't appear so. So I think this mission's just about done. I don't think there's nobody else to fight. We actually killed the last person we killed that had all those barriers and armor is actually the leader of the clan. So with him dead, there's nobody in between us and reaching the end here. Anything to the right? No. So let's go ahead and hack the terminal. Nothing here. Nothing here. Gimme.
This looks interesting.
All set, so last thing to do is open the door and see what the hell's going on here.
Malin, alive, unharmed. No signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student. I looked up to you.
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
Mordin, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Malin.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
What happens if the genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That will be on your head.
We justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be certain.
Don't you see? We tried to play God and we failed. We only made things worse. And I'm going to fix it.
You talked about killing, but the genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
Why work with Clan Weyrloc? And how did you access the genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Weyrloc, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
Urdnot has a larger camp than Weyrloc. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss and Weyrloc's gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
Alright, so at least from what we learned there is, Malin didn't fully understand what in the hell was going on. At least from what we understood from talking to that clan speaker, is he had the image of the Krogan were going to go out and just start attacking every single species in the galaxy. So, Malin was trying to get a cure for a clan that said that's exactly what they were going to do. So, it doesn't make much sense to the fact that he's saying they'd be in a cultural renaissance, everything be fine. Again, it doesn't take away the ethnics part where it comes into play where it did kill many Krogan as a result of the genophage, but even as Mordin makes mention of, it's the fact that the simulations were clear that that was going to happen. Now, there's no guarantee. As we sit there and see, most simulations can point towards something, but there's a small, very small percentage that may or may not have pointed towards, like, peace. There's no way to guarantee that peace. As if it says 99.99999 to an infinity % chance they're going to go full on war, and there's a giant 0.0 something 1 to an infinity saying something there, you're not going to go towards that little tiny percentage point. You're going to focus on the bigger picture, which is there's a 99 something % chance it's going to happen compared to that minuscule amount where there's possibility of peace. Which I guess, I mean, it doesn't justify the fact that they still mess with fertility rates, or still Krogans dying, but it's just the way they play it.
Malin clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need to do this, Mordin. You're not a murderer.
No, not a murderer. Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Malin. Get out. No Weyrloc left. Project over.
What if he talks to more Krogan? Tells the public about the modified genophage project?
Special tasks group good at covering tracks. No proof. Weyrloc willingness to work with Salarian, unusual. Other Krogan will kill him.
Aren't you worried that he'll start his research again?
No. Locking this unit. Special task group can cut access to old data. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though. Didn't teach you everything I knew.
You heard the professor. Get out before he changes his mind.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care. Try Omega. Can always use another clinic.
The Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them, Professor. The genophage needs to end.
Not like this. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Don't worry about me, Mordin. How are you doing?
Should have killed him. Wanted to. Easier than listening. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's fallen. Expected it from Krogan. Not one of mine.
Maybe you'll remember that the next time you're discussing the ethics of the genophage.
Yes. So many variables. Stress responses. Impossible to truly predict. Something to think about. Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security. Still valuable, though.
This is the research that includes tests on living victims. It's tainted.
Right now, victims died for nothing. Keep it. Use it. Death's worth something. Malin's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
So in the case of this, you actually do get 4 options. Well, really just 2. Basically, you sit there and make a more renegade style choice, like the furthest renegade you get, which is genophage, was the right call. Bottom right one, it will destroy it, but it's kind of like just destroy the data for now. The top right one is probably the slightly paragon, which is hold on to the data, and then you have the one that says you should help the Krogan. So this is like they try to make it to where Shepard, I guess, I don't know why they put the dialogue options in such a radical way of speaking. Like when you see like the Tess and the one dead female Krogan, Shepard comes off as very against it. But the moment we talk to Malin, all of a sudden we sit there and we're on the side of Mordin. It's like, why the hell is there such a flip-flop in decisions? But I think you do have like a small impact on Mordin if you go for more Paragon choices. So that's probably what we're gonna end up doing.
What the Krogan have become. You see the horror of what they did here, but you see the loss too.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Mordin. Save the data.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy. Still years away from cure, but closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Chunka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Let's get out of here.
And that is the end of Mordin's mission. So, troubled by clan warlocks, progress toward genophage cure without Cerberus knowledge. Cure data may prove useful, Krogan dangerous, but if recruited as shock troops against Reapers, extremely valuable. Mordin's assist is no longer a problem. Mordin will have no trouble focusing on the mission. So that's pretty much the end of Mordin's mission. So that's it. As we learned, he thought his former student, assistant, whatever, was captured. Turns out he was just working for the Krogan. So now we're going to go back to where Rex is. And I don't know if we're going to be back in Normandy or not. I think they don't put you directly there. I could be wrong though. I don't think you end up being straight there. No, okay, good. So instead of us being back in Normandy, they actually just leave us outside the shuttle when we came down. As I said before, we're going to go ahead and do Grunt's mission next, but I'm actually going to go ahead and cut the episode off here, and I'll record after that. I actually am getting a little bit hungry, so I'm probably going to go get something real quick to eat, and then I'll be back to record some more. So again, if you guys have been enjoying the content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a very wonderful day, and thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you.